Well. So let's talk about this. Seeing is always believing, right? When you see things with your own eyes, you believe what you see. But sometimes that could be interrupted with a story that someone is telling you, okay, about what you're seeing. Or let me put it in another way, another perspective. Let's say you see someone that you like. I mean, you like their attitude, everything about them, their personality, the way they make you feel when they're around you. You see these things, like the way they look and dress and all, right? However, you got someone who don't like that person, who will come around and put negative things in your mind. Although the things that they're telling you, you don't see that in that person. But it may now give you a change of heart about that person because what someone is telling you. Someone who don't like that person. Now, this has been going on for a while. I mean, this goes on not just in boxing, but in everyday life. I mean, you see what's going on with the presidential, race and everything. You got someone saying Kamala Harris is black, but you see that she's not. Her and her track record and everything, the history on her, right? But people just say, oh, forget about that. Hey, she's black. Vote for her. Okay, yeah. But, you got some who can care less what others say. Okay? Hey, I don't care what you say about that person. I'll still like that person. If you don't like them, cool. I don't have to worry about you trying to take that person away from me. Okay? Or, but with the presidential, with the presidential race, nah. I don't need you to tell me about Kamala Harris. I'm not going to vote for her just because she's black, so y'all say, which I know she's not. Even if she was black, I wouldn't vote for her just because of that. Okay? However, last night, when watching the fight against Israel Madrigov, Madrimov, with Terence Crawford, the fight started out pretty good. I was enjoying it, but as the fight went on, the commentary was just getting, horrible. They was like, oh, smack. Madrimov just hit Terence Crawford with a hard uppercut. I did not see that. Okay. Oh, snap. Madrimov just got Terence Crawford with a hard hook. I did not see that. Mostly the things that Terence Crawford was doing, they was giving Madrimov the credit for doing. When Madrimov was barely moving his hands, he was barely throwing punches, especially in the first few rounds. But yet, by the time we got to the fourth round, they had Madrimov, outlanding Crawford, outthrowing him and outlanding him. And these are the commentators. Okay? I saw a whole different fight from what they were saying. Okay? Shout out to my man Sean Porter because he stood his grounds. He's like, yo, I don't see what y'all seeing. And I was in agreeing with Sean Porter. Yeah, I was in agreement with him. But, it got so bad that I just had to pick up the remote and turn the volume down. And oh my gosh, yo, watching that fight without the volume, oh man, it was more interesting. It looked way more better than listening to these line behind commentators. Okay? Madrimov. I don't see Madrimov doing much. Okay? To me, he looked almost like an Adrian Broner, not letting them hands go. Okay? He was doing a lot of good movement and everything. Now, when they was getting deep into the fight and whatnot, you could tell Crawford wanted to knock this dude out. He wanted to stop Madrimov. But Madrimov, hell, he was a tough guy, okay? No, this was not Errol Spence. I understand that in his past 11 fights, he stopped 11 people, but now he was going up against someone who was just as skilled as he is. I understand that he has, only 10 fights going into the Crawford fight. But hey, you got to remember, Dimitri Bivol only had 19, 18 fights when he took on Canelo Alvarez, who had 60 fights. And poor old Canelo Alvarez got beat to a pulp. Okay. So, when you look at Madrimov, record and everything, the man, like his, not his record, but his amateur, he has well over 300 fights. So he's well skilled. Okay. Crawford took on, a well skilled fighter last night. Okay. And he still beat him. Right. I mean, I had a majority decision for Crawford. I mean, Crawford did some damage. He even broke Israel's nose. Okay. If you look at that man's nose, his nose had a lump on it. I believe it was broken. Okay. So, yeah, Crawford was putting in some work last night. All right. Now, my thing is, if people think that, old age is catching up to him and everything, well, hey, maybe Jaron Ennis should look at this as an opportunity, move up to 154 and take on, Terence Bud Crawford, But going back with the commentator and Madrimov and everything, they could have been like, try to, how can I say, advertise this guy. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we need to see more of him. All right. People are talking about him and Tim Tszyu. Okay. Madrimov and Ortiz. Okay. But Ortiz, I understand they want that fight for Terence Bud Crawford if he cannot get the Canelo fight. Right. Now, yeah, he put up a pretty good fight. And yes, we need to see him again. This was his coming out fight. You might as well say, because a lot of people don't know who he is. And it was good that Terence Crawford did not knock this dude out, because, I mean, would he have gotten any credit for it? Hell no. Oh, you just knocked out a guy with 10 fights, or, they'll go back, how people are, they'll go back to the, Spence fight. Oh, well, Spence was high, your gloves was loaded, all this type of crap. They'll try to discredit him either way. Okay. Some people are trying to discredit him now because he did not get the knockout. Hey, he just moved up. If you could look at Madrimov and see that he was way bigger than Crawford. I don't know if he was stronger, but you can tell he was bigger. And with Crawford, like, holding back and everything, so look, he was taking on a guy who was well skilled. He was a complete package. He was a counter puncher, just like Crawford. Crawford seen that. Okay, he's seen that this dude is setting traps. Okay, see, that's what experienced boxers, when they see someone setting traps on them, they be patient. Okay, and Madrimov, he knows that Crawford set traps as well. That's why they both was patient. It was a chess game. It was a chess match. It's like that when you have two experienced fighters facing each other. Okay, so what a great night of boxing. And one more thing I had to say about this commentators. The next time the Sheik put on a fight, I hope he get different commentators. Okay, now people may say, oh no, well, he's on his own platform. Nah, they gonna use their commentators. No, I mean, he's making his own money as well. Okay, so since he's bringing money to the table for DAZN and everything, with putting on good shows for DAZN, they should, he should have some say on who he want commentating these fights, because these guys was making this fight look horrible. I mean, I had to get up and turn off the volume. I had to get my remote and just turn it off, man. It was just horrible. And it made the fight look so much better. It was 100 times better without the commentary, Awful. Yeah, man. So, anyways, congratulations to Terence Bud Crawford. And a good fight with Madrimov. Good fighter he is. So that's gonna be my take on this. This is CMD Boxing Reports, and I'll catch you guys on the next one.